It's time to check your money with America's money maven, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. Vicki, what's up? It's been a minute.
Hey!
Vicki back, y'all.
I feel like almost like that, that whole we should be blowing those horns and okay for New Year's. Okay.
I'm look. You know what? I was looking for my noisemakers, but I ain't got nothing around here. What can I bang? Wait.
You got some pots?
You know what? We need to get some of Mark.
All those glad hands.
Yeah.
Okay, from Mark Jones. Mark Jones, can you listen to us? We need some glad hands so that on the show we can always have something to cheer with.
Fan hands.
Fan hands. I'm sorry, glad hand. Fan hands. So we always have something to cheer with, Mark Jones. Okay. So I'm looking to hear from you soon. So George, listen, thank you for such a warm welcome back. It's been a long summer. It's probably the longest time period that I ever took off for summer. But I looked at all the things that happens with our professors and some of our researchers, and they take every once in a while, every 10
sabbatical.
Or so a sabbatical.
Yeah.
So we're going to call that Vicki's sabbatical. And it really did help me to recharge and get ready for some of the things that we have coming up in the future.
Let me just tell you, you were missed because all this finance stuff is going on. And baby, I said, where's Vicki?
Okay. Well, listen, before I get too far or start with some of the, as you call it, finance stuff, I want to make sure that I congratulate some people and some entities here around.
You got some catching up to do, right?
Got some catching up to do for sure. First, congratulations to the National Council of Negro Women for celebrating their 70th anniversary as far as the founding of the organization here in Central New York. I was privileged to attend the event last Saturday, and believe me, it's a big celebration, and I can't tell you again how much we appreciate here in the community all the work that they do. Secondly, we had during this time that I was away the Dream Summit.
Yeah.
And so congratulations to Eli Emo Henderson and Eli Smith and the entire team there for the Dream Summit. And thank you for the recognition for Brackens Financial Solutions Network as the Dream Summit's Financial Services Company of the Year. Now, third thing. Yes,
was Emo involved with the Dream Summit?
I think he was. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he. I don't know if he was involved in that, but if he was, congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay. And I will say this again. I had a tremendous time interviewing Dr. Frederick Douglass Haynes with Mr. Kilpatrick.
Did you have fun?
I did. It was really nice to connect with him. I have watched him from afar, did not realize until he pointed this out to me when he heard my mother's name, that he and my mother were very well connected while she was in Dallas, but it was really, really important and a lot of fun to spend some time getting to know him even better. Congratulations to CFAC. CFAC will be celebrating its 50th anniversary coming up on, I believe, the 26th of this month with their Ailey 2 performance there at the Landmark. So if you haven't gotten tickets, you should go do that. And congratulations. You ready, George? Here you go.
Ready.
To the Iota Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated here in Syracuse.
That's
right. Will be celebrating its 50th anniversary coming up on November 12th at the Embassy Suites. As a proud member of Iota Nu Omega, I am encouraging and asking everyone to come out and celebrate with us there at the Embassy Suites. And if you need tickets, reach out to any member or on Eventbrite.
Or you can say reach out to you.
Oh yeah, call me.
So li-
315-930-4499. Call me and
listen,
I'll make sure you get tickets. Okay.
listen. I have three pretty girls in my family, in my household. Three of
Yes,
them.
you do.
Three pretty
Three of
girls.
them pretty girls in your household, and
Yes,
one of them
sir.
happens to be my sponsoring soror. So to Soror Kilpatrick, Gloria Kilpatrick, and to everyone there at Iota Nu Omega, I am looking forward to this celebration. George,
AKA
you have
Alpha Kappa
something?
Alpha. Yeah.
Alpha Kappa Alpha, absolutely. You have something coming up for the Qs? What was this?
Yes, on February 2nd, 2023, the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated will present its annual Dennis Dowdell Scholarship Reception. That will also be at the Embassy Suites, at the Destiny USA Embassy Suites, I should say,
Right.
at that particular one. And we're looking forward to seeing you there. So save the date. We are looking forward to we're looking for sponsors. We're looking for people to help us to provide scholarship to the young people in our community. And so that is the annual Dennis Dowdell Scholarship Reception, February 2nd, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Embassy Suites at Destiny USA.
I gave you too much time. Let me move this forward. Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Wait a
what?
minute. Wait a minute. You don't get off that quick. Happy birthday to
Oh,
you. Happy
George.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to Vicki. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Mr. Kilpatrick. Okay,
Vicki
yes, and I
Brackens.
am.
You see how I did that?
Yes, you did. Okay, I was gonna let that slide through, but thank you very much. I am celebrating my birthday. Guess when?
Today.
Today. Okay, today. All right. There are two additional, okay, save the dates though. Well, first of all, one additional save the date, and then one really super big announcement that I want to make sure we acknowledge. February, the date I want you to save is February 26th,
That's right.
2023.
Yes.
February 26th, 2023, we are celebrating the 15th. Can you believe this, George? 15th
Wow.
anniversary of the Central New York Jazz Foundation and Brackens Financial Solutions Network teaming up together to host the Black History Month Jazz and Arts Cabaret at this year again at the downtown Marriott here in Syracuse, New York. We're going to have a fantastic time. I would encourage you right now, if you want to get prime seating, if you want to get that table together that you want to have all your friends there for, if you want to make sure that you get the prime opportunity to see our performer. I'm going to hold the performer for a little bit. Performer for this year, I would get my tickets now, because once that performer announcement comes out, I know we're going to be sold out, because we've been sold out every year, but this is going to go even faster. So you can reach out to the Central New York Jazz Foundation at cnyjazz.org and go ahead and get your tickets today. George,
yes.
Did you read the newspaper last week?
You know, I mean, when you want to say something big happened, something big happened.
Something really big, as we used to hear around here a lot, and can miss Mr. Fusillo. Huge.
Yeah, that's a good one. Huge.
Okay, last week. And we want to welcome to our Syracuse community, Micron, and their decision to move forward in building a $100 billion facility.
What you say, Vicki?
100 billion.
Say that again.
$100 billion.
Okay.
Facility here in upstate New York, central New York, right here in Syracuse, as they say, right here in downtown Syracuse. I saw an article, I think it was a Wall Street Journal or something, where the individuals who were vying for this position, for this opportunity in Texas, are really spilling a lot of sour grapes. Texas don't do that. Texas don't do that.
Look, they get everything else. Chill.
Okay. This is about the country coming together.
Right.
The country coming together to make sure that we have the infrastructure, both on a physical basis and on a technological basis, to move our economy forward. Let's celebrate together in the fact that this is being done, and we are now going to have less stress and strain around our infrastructure as far as our supply chains in the technology area. So welcome, Micron. If you're ready to come in and talk to us here on America's Money Maven, give me a jingle. I'm going to reach out to you soon. But we absolutely want to make sure that you feel welcome here in Syracuse and look forward to working with you in the future. All right, George.
All right, Vicki.
Happy news. All that was happy news.
That was good news.
This is not going to be bad news that I'm going to talk about next, but it's going to be about getting prepared.
Yeah.
If you recall, as I was leaving,
just as you said a word.
Just as I was leaving, okay, I said some things about making sure that you put money away into the storehouse, making sure that you're prepared for what may be coming down the pike as far as inflation was concerned, making sure that we looked at our budgets to see if we could trim out any fat in those areas, because we might experience some levels of rising prices and you would need to be prepared. Well, throughout the summer, because I left right at the end of June, throughout the summer, we did experience more and more of what we call of inflation throughout the systems as far as our goods and services. Just want to go back and recap a couple of things quickly, because during that time, some things, I like to unwind and look back at numbers and to see what the numbers may be telling us. So when we came into June, on June 30th, the S&P 500 was 3,785.38. When I looked at it on October 11th, when I was starting to get ready for today, it was 3,588. So that was down about 196 points, which was about 5.19%. I'm not going to go through all of them. The NASDAQ was at that point in time when we got into June, 11,028.74 versus October 11th, 10,426, down 600 points, about 5.46%. The Russell, which is the Russell 2000, was actually only down 15 points or 0.88%. So I said, you know what? Everybody is feeling stressed and strained more from the time that I left to the time where we are now. And I said, what has really, really happened? And the thing that I want to point out is that if you recall, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500 are down somewhere between 19% on the Dow to around 31% on the NASDAQ for the year. But during that time period that I just described, it was only like 5%. So what made everybody more stressful while I was gone than we were in the earlier part of the year? And here's what I think it is, George. We have gone up and down like a ping pong. Like a ping pong between those months versus what happened earlier in the year when there was a sell-off and then we kind of settled out. But from that point forward, it has been up, down, up 600, down 600, up 300, down. Okay, we looked at some of the numbers and we've had like 25 different negative, positive, equal changes during that time period, somewhere like 10 of 600 points or more. And it's almost like a bad divorce. It never went away. Right. We got the divorce, goodbye. And now we have all the drama that follows afterwards. So we've had a lot of drama on a volatility scale throughout the last, say from June until October, more so than we had as far as the earlier part of the year, although the earlier part of the year is where the majority of the sell-off took place. Because if we look at the Dow, which has only been down about 5% since June, but the total year is roughly 20%. That means the first 15% took place in the earlier part of the year, but it was a sell-off that was not really about going back and forth, up and down, up and down. It was just sell, 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 sell. And then we leveled off. So what does that really mean for you, George, is the question.
That is the question.
That's the question you always ask me. Vicki, it's nice for you to tell me about all the numbers.
It really is.
And I understand all the stuff. And Earlene will tell me, I understand all the education, Vicki. Your mom spent a lot of money. She did well. But, okay, what does that mean for me? First of all, take some time, please, and open your statements and stop looking at the news and open your statements and pay attention to what your asset allocation is currently. If you are positioned in particular segments that have lost during that time period, Spend some time talking to your advisors about what adjustments you might need to make going forward in relation to your asset allocation. Secondly, George, if you're in retirement and you see these things happening in your portfolio, this is the time for you to step back and say, what do I need to do to sustain my retirement income going forward without causing me to sell more shares and create a bigger downdraft in my account? Third, am I really positioned long-term to weather this storm if the storm continues? And if not, or if you're not sure, get some advice on how to do so, how to set your portfolio and your expenses and all of the things relative to your finances to weather the storm if it continues over the next 6 months. We're going to talk more next week about what the Federal Reserve conversations have been, or what the predictions are with the Federal Reserve as far as their notes are concerned, and how we might be looking at, or what we might be looking at for the future relative to what's happening not only with the Federal Reserve here, but what's happening with central banks around the world. Well, George, at this point in time, as I always say, and I haven't said in a while, I think at this point in time, if you have questions, be sure to give us a call at area code 315-930-4499. That's 315-930-4499. Like and share on Facebook and on YouTube. And of course, if you need to reach us by email, that's info@brackensfsn.com. And our plate is full.
All right, that's the birthday girl, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. She is America's money maven and today's birthday girl.
Happy day.